Alright folks, welcome back to the Legacy of the Void show matches. Once again, Rifkin and LOTV coming at you with this cast. Want to explain something before we go into it though. Due to time constraints today, we're actually not casting the losers match after this. The losers match of Puck versus Bly is actually being played out right now as we speak. So ideally, if they finish in time and this series doesn't take too long or too short, we should be able to just jump right into the winners match finals right afterwards. But this match, being the winners match, is basically worth $300. Whoever wins this best of 3 wins 300 United States dollars. So not like the shitty Canadian dollar, but the real deal American dollars. Anyways.
USD. None of this fake Monopoly Australian or Canadian money, am I right, Rifkin?
Oh god, man, it's so painful going to the States for all these things. Why can't esports be in Canada, right? God damn it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It'd be completely viable, but I mean, if it was in Australia, that ain't gonna happen for the next 50 years. So at least you got that.
So if you go to Australia, everyone's just gonna die. You'll lose half the pro gamers to snakes and drop bears. Like, it won't even... it's not...
That's
Anyways,
true.
Let's,
That's valid argument.
Let's hop into these intros. Spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map, knocking this out of the park, coming to the winners match after defeating Bly with some Manor Nukes and some Manor Mules. Ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be the Pink Terran, Beastyqt.
Back to pink, I see. I like that. And in the top left, we have the red Zerg player. He's strong against Protoss, but he's strong against Terran. He is Nerchio.
So there's actually a really funny dynamic between these two. First off, for those who are unfamiliar with Nerchio, this is a guy who just, through his entire career of StarCraft 2, has been fantastic at getting under people's skins. He was BM, but like in a really snidey way. He would really be the guy to tell the truth and be blunt about things and not be beating around the bush. Like, Nerchio was kind of an annoyingly scary guy. Beasty, back in the day of Wings of Liberty, when he would do show matches with us, he made one rule, and he says, like, I'll play against anyone you ask except for Nerchio. And he listed a couple others, but Nerchio was at the top of the list and just refused to play against Nerchio. So I guess it takes a whole expansion to heal wounds, and maybe Nerchio growing up and being less BM. I don't know, but I do love that they are fighting against each other, because I could never set this up back in the day.
Alright, that's pretty awesome. Alright, these Zerglings looking like they want to get some kills. Gonna take down one Marine.
Nice control on a Beastie, though.
Oh, but yeah, that was really...
Reinforcements!
Reinforcements saved the day, and actually 3 Lings for a Marine. Beastyqt does take the lead in that engagement, just by like 25 minerals. Nothing really too large or major. But only one drone mining on gas in the main base here for Nerchio. Something we saw similar him doing against Puck in the first series of the day, where he actually would rather focus on mineral income and just tech slowly to that lair. Now he's taking that third base, looking to go up to 3 base against Terran. Something that he's probably pretty standard so far in Legacy of the Void. Definitely going 3 base for Zerg is nothing out of the ordinary. Hellions are out though, getting a nice shots off of the Zerglings.
I like the idea of a Hellion shout out though. They're just like, shout out to the Hellions, what's up, brothers? BC's actually going to be going for a bit of an older school build. Now I say old school, but really it's like a month old, where if he's going to slap down that armory, we'll see Hellbats with this. Hellions work perfectly fine, mind you, but the Liberator Hellion, Liberator Hellbat push was something that was so devastatingly strong, that's why they had to nerf it. That's why they had to put the, what's this called? Defender mode? Why is that called defender mode? Nobody uses it in defense, everyone uses it to attack. Anyways, the ability to transform and shoot ground now requires research instead of being built in, because the timings were just way too strong.
Yes, I mean, it is, especially if you pair it up with Hellbats in the early game, it becomes so much more increasingly difficult for your queens to defend against these early Liberator defender mode timings.
I can't believe that's called defender mode, by the way. That's just, that's stupid. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. That's just stupid. No one uses it in defense. Everyone uses it to attack.
I mean, some people use it defensively, as we saw, like Beastyqt use it defensively.
It's a really aggressive defense. Is that what you're saying? Like, look here. Is this really called defender? It's called defender mode. I can't believe this. That's so stupid.
It does a lot of DPS. But there's no drones here at the, oh my gosh, defender mode activated on the ramp.
He's going to defend his aggressive push. I understand. He's going to physically block the spine crawler from getting on the creep, by the way, for a little bit of time there. It's going to take a long time to burrow on top of this, but unfortunately the Marines do go down, and that was the majority of the damage for this. So while he doesn't kill any drones to this attack, he does trade out pretty decently. Problem is, it's not enough to really justify losing the army.
Yep, yeah. Gonna transform back into the anti-air. There's Ravagers now, though, and that actually does counter the Liberators. Because if they do phase into the defender mode, then you just shoot off a couple of shots of Corrosive Bile, and it only takes 3 Ravager Corrosive Bile shots. Oh my god, they're transforming in range of the Spore Crawler.
That's a mistake.
They're taking significant damage to the Liberator. 30 HP left.
Somehow gets out of there alive, though. That's gonna have, I'm gonna have question marks above my head on that one. Yo, I forgot, but Nerchio and Bly in Archon mode against Beasty and QXC was the first time anyone saw Ravagers be that hard counter to Liberators. Liberators were pretty much unstoppable up to that point, so I'm not at all surprised to see Nerchio be the one to go for this.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I feel like Nerchio does have quite a strong number of Roach Ravager now that if the Liberators get dealt with in time, he could actually push off and put a little bit of pressure on Beastyqt on the opposite side of the map. Spire also finishing up. He's going to immediately start +1 air weapons for possibly a transition into Mutalisk.
Well, if it is going to be a couple of Mutalisks, I don't think that's a terrible idea, but I do think that, you know, I mean, let's be honest, Muta Baneling, Zergling is still the core composition for this game, especially if your opponent's playing Bio. But Liberators did change that up quite a bit, and it's a lot harder to invest in the Mutas than it was before.
Yeah. I like the fact that Beastyqt actually repairs these units as well. We saw in the beginning of the game him repairing a Hellion, and now he's actually going to repair that 30 HP Liberator that was so close to death. Now it's in full force. It's ready to defender mode.
I feel like there's just no justification where I'm like, okay, that was a cool name. Like, just call it air ground mode. Like, what? I don't understand. Whatever.
Air mode, ground mode. That's just way too plain, Rippy. Come on, some creativity.
Double drops coming towards that main to back up that Liberator. Ravagers, they'll take some hits for sure, but the Corrosive Biles has got to be watched for. In fact, it's gonna eat some on top of the Medivacs, but not enough to be too devastating.
Yeah, I feel like actually the Ravagers could wrap around and do some Corrosive Bile shots on the Liberator, like you see him doing. Oh, he gets that just in time with 57 HP, going back into the defender mode. And the Queen looks like it's gonna get picked up. It doesn't walk too fast off that creep. And now actually really good engagement for Beastyqt. This is an amazing drop for him, cleaning up all the Roach Ravagers and the Queen in the main base. Gotta rebuild that Queen if he wants to keep injecting.
While this went on, Nerchio did attempt to counterattack through Mutalisks. Unfortunately, they weren't able to cause enough damage to make this worthwhile. He should have probably had these at home helping defend, and this would have been an easy cleanup.
Yeah, for sure. And now the Zerglings are out, and the Medivac in range of that Spore Crawler as well, so they get cleaned out. But the Liberator still is here to do some damage.
Actually, someone on Twitter brings up a great point. Why is it not called Liberation Mode? It's a Liberator. It should literally be called Liberation Mode. Why is it not called Liberation Mode?
The feel when you find out Liberators should have Liberation Mode.
Oh, god damn it, Blizzard. What are you doing? You know what? I've like... They've asked us very serious questions. Like, you've been there too. When we sit down with like the developers, like, what are your opinions on this? And we've never thought about this being an important thing, but I think this is now going to supersede all other opinions I have. Well, they're going to be like, how do you feel about Protoss right now? Should we fix the Adept? I'll be like, yeah, okay, but also fucking Liberation Mode.
Well, the fact that it's not called Liberation Mode up until this point is completely your fault now,
These tanks, unfortunately, out of position. Oh, so badly out of base. He's going to lose these critical units. Mutalisks are going to pick them off. These could have, should have, would have picked off those Banelings. Doesn't even unload the tank. Barely gets it out. Meanwhile, towards the south, he's not coming back, but continuing to push. If he takes a fight off of creep, it might not be the worst thing in the world, but either way, it's against a lot of Banelings.
Yeah, a lot of Banelings. There are a lot of Marines split up. But now that the Liberator's gone into defender mode at the fourth base here, Beastyqt does have some defense to go under.
Great splits against the Banelings, though, and the Liberator helped out a ton. Focus fire on those last two Banelings leaves him with a Thor and a lot of Marines. These Mutalisks can no longer engage this, and Beastie might just have free reign of this third? Question mark? Thor getting the shots off, though. Oh, the Thor getting a lot of shots off. Nerchio. Oh, no, some lag. Who's lagging? Livy me! Is it me? Oh god, what the fuck just happened?
Oh my god, so many of those mutilated